May 30th, Budapest. A collision between a club that has forgotten how to lose.
Hakimi's suddenly free. Oh, and you run over it, and Kvaratskhelia!
And a squad that cannot forget how to bleed.
Sancho released in behind. The flag has stayed down. He's got Watkins in the middle. But what a crucial touch that is.
Lewis and Ricky have done the impossible. He's killed the celebrity circus in Paris and replaced it with a synchronized killing machine.
They lost superstars. They lost mega stars. They lost the greats of football. And they went and built a team that is unstoppable.
Across the pitch, Mikel Arteta leads an Arsenal side, carrying 20 years of scar tissue and a defensive record that defies modern logic.
So that could be one thing. I also think that there's not a better team out of possession than Arsenal, not even this PSG team. And that is very difficult to play against.
This isn't just a final. It's the moment pure belief meets total inevitability. In the push-cash arena, only one identity survives. So let's dig into the tactics, beginning with PSG in possession. Parisians always look to build with a back three and an open play that could present as Nuno Mendes, beginning deeper than Hakimi, as we can see in the average position, with Mendes then pushing on and from the goal kick. Similarly, Donnarumma could be the third man with the center backs. Instead on wide, either way, it was always a back three. Now why was this crucial? Well, as always, Arsenal was shifting to a 4-4-2 in the defensive phase, so the back three gave them a +1 advantage. But here's the key. PSG were not aiming to use their extra man to progress the ball with aggressive dribbles and potentially run into traffic higher up the pitch. No, they wanted to instead bring the gunners onto them, so that more space was being created higher up, and most times, this was Bukayo Saka pushing higher up the pitch. Devastating knock-on effects. The simplest was it facilitated isolations. See an open play. When Arsenal were in their stable defensive shape, the Gunners were highly aware of the danger that Karim Benzema presented and did not want to leave Timber vulnerable. And Saka was tasked with dropping deep to assist whenever it was possible to make life harder for PSG's winger, who would not advance, by ensuring they had a patient third man, meaning it often drew Saka higher up the pitch. That passes down the line would lead to an isolation, having to bring down the Georgian more than once, with Timber, which we saw a lot of particularly early on. Or if Courage Cleo was bypassed, it created more space in behind for a potential runner. But here's where it became truly menacing. PSG's midfield would come across to support them, with the winger pushing Timber deeper. And to stop this, it meant that the double pivot for Arsenal, creating a massive chasm in the midfield. Why did Arsenal not have men follow him deep? A front three like this is incredibly dangerous, as if a man is drawn out of position, there is the chance that Dembélé can directly turn him, or if he doesn't parachute area or do, later replaced by Bokola, would have potential isolations against their defender with no cover in behind, which is a position that no manager wants to be in. Defensively so for the most part, the center backs remain deep. This culminated in the goal. Mendes is the third man and drew Saka high, and we see Kvaratskhelia was beginning to draw Timber, and Ruiz and Vitinha, so now Dembélé has the room to receive help by De Gea, deeper on the pitch as well. We're drawing the double pivot across the pitch. Hakimi and Neves pushing ahead of him and pinning the center backs deep. Dembélé has all the space in the world to drive, and crucially, now it is Rice that has to come across to double team to get the scuffed shot off. Once again, we've just brushed past a couple of key factors, like we see here where he does force Dembélé backwards, though you can already see the danger emerging, as Dembélé does then leave Saliba behind. The reason this wasn't consistent was the sheer fluidity of PSG, essentially aside from the center backs. Every position you see on the pitch now was variable, with constant rotations, and it wasn't the slow, methodical rotations, sometimes associated with positional play teams, where players simply switch positions and then remain stationary. No, this was perpetual motion, so Dembélé could drop deep and in the same moment, Hakimi or Joao Neves would be running beyond the center backs, the potential for those spaces vacated to immediately be occupied by a new rotation made the Arsenal backline extremely hesitant to follow deep. This led to situations like this, where the Arsenal backline is effectively picking up, with Kivio being drawn to Bacola and Neves, creating a space that Ramos attacks. Now Saliba is drawn to the man, and Bacola gets into 1-versus-1 dynamic rotations, constant problems in and out of possession. PSG were fierce in the counter-press, but it's when Arsenal were in control possession that their defensive shape got more interesting. Early on, the PSG press shape looked like this, with Dembélé joined by Du to press the center backs, while Hakimi and Faraj Kalia in the wider regions trying to back up the press as much as they could. Arsenal in the build-up were often a lopsided 2-3 with Timber pushing here early on in the match, when Saka began to attack the center earlier, but Hakimi often found himself caught in no man's land. Luis Kelly's inverted position meant that where usually Hakimi is pressing the opposing full back, Hakimi was often undecided on whether to follow Luis Kelly in field or maintain a more traditional right-back role. This created opportunities for Luis Kelly to make the difference in a couple of different ways, allowing Luis Kelly to turn him and then play an incredible ball into the vacated region behind Marquinhos, or here where Hakimi doesn't join the press, but a lack of communication means that Luis Kelly now receives unchallenged and drives into a dangerous zone. As the second half wore on, Enrique made a subtle but important tweak to address this, with the midfielder often Ruiz now joining the forward, allowing the right winger to now track Luis Kelly, Hakimi to remain in a deeper, more secure position, and in the end, this might come down to one question: can Arsenal's defense survive PSG's attack? Let me know your prediction in the comments.
This is Pitch and Popcorn, where football becomes cinema. Stay locked in.
Today, not today, where you gonna know me, yeah.